Hey everyone, so I need some advice here on this old Briggs & Stratton opposed twin engine. I'm going to show you guys a video here in a little bit. It's the audio of the video can't do it quite a justice, but it's most definitely knocking louder on the top side of the engine, and in particular kind of on the right-hand side of the engine, the higher piston. And in this video I also show some things internally in the engine that have play and that are kind of in some rough shape, and explain some other little oddities I found after taking the engine apart and looking into it. And I'm just kind of reaching out to anybody who can assist me with this, because I want to definitely save this engine. There's not many of these left. I basically got this engine for free, and I'm taking it upon myself to save this thing and keep it running for hopefully another 30-something years. 1993 model 4222707-1510-01 from 93 again. Anybody think that's fixable? This thing sounded like it was knocking, and I think that's what it was. This here is also loose, the oil slinger. But the top of the crankshaft, the top crankshaft bushing has definitely got a pretty scary amount of play in it. And that is all the way up. It is now. Thinking that's the source of the knocking. Probably that causing some noise as well. Notice there's a lot louder right in the top end of the engine, so that would make sense. Slight bit of wiggle on this one, not much on the other. There's also a missing bolt from the intake manifold here, and you can't really see it on camera, but tiny little bit of light, like a little pinhole of light shining through there. And that hole that the bolt is supposed to go in. It's not showing up on camera though. And the other intake manifolds are holding up. You know, both bolts in there, just one in here though. And this side here is where the knocking was the loudest. As for the rods, I've turned this crankshaft many ways. I can't seem to get any back and forth play, but there is a little bit of like side to side wiggling. I don't know if you guys anybody can even see that. Same with the other one here. Check, the whole crankshaft is moving here. Seems pretty minimal to me. And of course there's, there is a little bit of, play. There is a little bit of up and down play in the whole rod there, but, I know that's supposed to be there, a little bit of that, but they will wiggle a little bit side to side, both of them. As I've already mentioned, there was play up in here a little bit. Well, a little bit more than, like, say, the camshaft here's got a little bit of, and all the valves are out, just the rockers are in there. They're not even touching the cam. It's got a little side to side, up and down play. So I don't know if maybe that's the cause of my noise or what. Let's go ahead and drop the cam here in the sump. It's got a little play in there all the way around. Turns pretty good. And then of course this was loose as I took it apart, so maybe that had a lot to do with the knocking, but a lot of sludge down in there. It is magnetic, some sparkly oil up here. You can feel it's just a little gritty. I don't know if it's all just from this. That would be nice, but you know, then again, magnetic sludge. I did a few oil changes on it. Couldn't get the flowing oil coming out, even at the end when it's just a little trickle, to like get attracted to the powerful magnet I held up to it or anything. So that's kind of weird, but the sludge in here is definitely magnetic. And so is this stuff on this gritty oil up on top of this. Camshaft has a tiny bit of play. As you guys maybe heard from the video, this thing's knocking pretty hard. No play in the governor. And play in the top of the crankshaft here. So pistons don't look bad. And I mean, cylinders don't look bad, but there's definitely some wear and some scoring on the pistons themselves here. So I'm gonna show you guys the other sides. Skirts definitely look maybe a little worn. So I'm hoping maybe that's all the noise. That'd be great. That and maybe the bushing at the top and the camshaft and everything's good, because yeah, definitely worn. So also on the pistons here, you can see the skirts are a little bit kind of chewed up down there. So I'm hoping that's all my noise, is maybe these chewed up piston skirts and stuff. And I'll wipe it off here, you guys can see it in better detail. Definitely a little scratched, and like it seems pretty rounded off to me, so I'm hoping that's maybe the noise. And this one here is visibly better. The lower rod, this would be the lower one. Visibly less chewed up. So, and of course, definitely some scratching. So, I don't know, but I have an engine that's a little worse than that as far as like the side-to-side piston slapping goes in it. And it wasn't making noises as bad as this from what I remember, but I don't know. The rings look fine. I dry fit. There's one of them that's still off over here. I don't know. I'm not too sure how that happened. Of course, everything's getting cleaned before it's reassembled. I did dry fit a ring and pushed it in with the piston, and that gap was pretty much closed. Looked pretty spec, you know. I didn't take a feeler gauge, but you know, visually it seemed like both cylinders were in good shape with the couple of rings that I tested this with. So the valves all seemed decent for the most part. I didn't check the specs on those, but I'm doing a valve job anyways, so I just took those apart quickly. I'm gonna do a valve job on this anyways, and it didn't sound like too much like valve lash. It's definitely a knock. So that concludes our video. What do you guys think? Please let me know. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'm probably going to post this in a few different websites, apps, and social media, whatever. So any advice is greatly appreciated, because I want to fix this thing. Got this thing for free. Not many of these left, and I'm making it my mission to try to save quite a few of these engines I've acquired over the years, and starting with this one, because it kind of seems like this one might be fairly easy compared to a couple of the others. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think.